Great and beautiful morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 316th edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. I'll tell you that yes, markets across the globe is rattled this hour as a result of what the minutes of Fed, July, meeting that came that shows that yes, there is a significant risk in terms of inflation, and this risk, inflation risk, has kind of pulled the market yesterday in this matured market. While some this hour as to speak now, we're seeing some trying to come up to green, while some also remain on the southward direction. Good, there's a market at this hour, seeing the investor trying to adjust one or the other. Like I always say, both here that any market that you are seeing one day up, one day down, that has not formed a trend for you to jump into any position. Rather, you watch and see how the sentiment is playing out. But when you are able to identify a trend, either in the market or individual stocks or in an industry or we are trading an indices and index, you can always just make a decision to know what to go. When you see market in this kind of highly volatile mode of a day up, a day down, what you need to watch some other indices or what is happening around the environment to guide you is very, very important. So that you as an investor or trader will not just say because there's that market yesterday, you want to quickly run out today. No, you need to see how the market is moving. But I tell you, a market that is going up and down, in this volatility, it also creates another trading strategy for an investor how to, or traders how to go about it. But when you have not seen an uptrend either in the up direction or a proper pullback, in a downward trend, we need to see where is the market going and what the trend is exhibiting. That also give you an insight of what to do as a market player. Don't just sit away and be watching. No, you must understand where the market and things are the factors that will support either a positive market or a market remain in a negative sentiment. But if you are seeing factors that are going to drive this positive sentiment in the market, you start also what I tell you that in that mode, stocks or industry or sector that you see that has that potential to move, when you see at the time that is kind of side trending or investing on a strong support level, that is the time for you to be looking at how to either increase your stake or you start buying to see a breakout to jump in fully. These are the things you need to know in the market. I'll tell you that the market needs what thinking outside the box. That's why I said the human factor is very, very important in the market. Even when you're using your fundamental, your technical sentiment, you need to apply human factor, which has to do with what your thinking capacity is very, very important. Trading, it's not about you're first class in economics, you're first class in mathematics, you're first class in engineering or in medicine. No, this has to do with your thinking ability to look at what is happening, to sense what is happening around you, and what are the things that are going to impact positively on some industry, sector, or individual company. This will help you work to. And that's why I said when we see this Fed minutes came out yesterday, you see that market quickly went into the downside because of what when they said there is a significant inflation risk. This also changed the market direction as to speak. So that is why, to me, I will tell you that as investor or trader, yes, all the information are very, very important to us, but you must understand how they work so that it will help you to really know where the market is going. Because I believe it's also a feedback for you to understand what is likely to push the market either in the up direction or in the down direction. And don't forget that also with the China economic troubles in terms of worsening economic data that is emerging from that level, which also have triggered first to say they are likely to downgrade China. Don't forget that also downgrading of some banks also in US market also is also impacted on the trend there. All that is not only in US, also in the thing also was kind of split over to what to Europe market and also an Asia market. Also in the African market, we are seeing a mixed trend. But I will tell you that what is happening in China is also a kind of a blow to the global economic recovery. Or even when the World Bank has gone ahead to kind of upgrade for economic growth forecast for the world and some regions, some the Africa region. Oh, but I tell you what is happening today as a result of the continued war in Russia and Ukraine, and at the same time, the oil price moving above 80, trying to hit 90. These are also threat to inflation. And don't forget that as we speak now, the nearly all the central banks across the world has also adopted rate hike, which has also kind of suffocate or kind of suppress economic expansion because inflation is never a good a good factor in any economy because it weakens, investor, consumers' purchasing power. At the same time, it affects industries, affects a lot of things. But whenever it comes, some companies, some environment need to use use the normal economic theories to fight. Why some look, we can see what is happening in Japan. Japan did not follow the trend of others in terms. You can see that Japan is in advancing, but even when China is trying to like the cut rate, you can see that the economy has not really failed. That means China is even struggling to post a GDP of 5%, while Japan has gone back to what 6%. You can see this is a thing that we need to understand. That means every domain, every environment has peculiar thing happen there. That means you need to look at what's happening to adjust your monetary policy, make sure that the physical and the monetary policy are shaking hands together, not just looking one, but now with the fear of Fed also trying to increase the rate, to kind of fight against the they say there's significant what inflation risk. It send a message, and that means once rate is high, don't forget that it will not put equity price lower, and why the fixed income market is going to look up. These are how it was anywhere in the world. For that, we need to also be very careful as we are going to as our ongoing portfolio repositioning or realignment is going on. You must know what you are doing. Now that we are seeing activities happening not only in Nigeria, we need to guide us so that we know exactly what we are doing, what as a trader or investor is very, very important. If you look at Asia market now, right away to speak, the fear of the outcome or the fallout from the Fed meeting, minutes, not meeting minutes, and also the fear of China concern in terms of growth. These are also kind of weighing down on the Asia market. As we speak now, I'll tell you many stocks in that Asia space. I tell you all of them are looking downward. Why in US we are seeing a kind of rebound from what happens before, but still in Asia market stocks are looking in the down. They are in red as we speak. I'll tell you as part of the concrete signal from Fed. You can see how this statement from all those central bank of the world can flip around above beyond their territory, because they know that from start living it will come from outside there, because of the big fund managers and big firms in in China. These are the things that you need to know. It's very, very important because you must understand all this at the end of the day, so that investor will know exactly what to do. Once you understand this, it will help you. But I tell you that this has affected also the big tech company in Asia. Why the China stock also have extended losses as fear of first flag up potential risk in that domain, in that economy. These are the things that is also shaping the market in Asia economy, and the weak trade data, like I said earlier, is putting a lot of concern, and people are really saying what, or especially in market players, what to do with Asia market investment right away. I think these are the things that's driving the global market in this direction. But it's a good news that I said in US we're seeing market coming up. While that of Europe also, as we speak now, is also very, very mixed. We're seeing that the major indices there are still also looking down. You can see how all these statements or move can affect market. But the good thing is that you and I that understand this market, you must look at your chart, look at also the stock you are positioning. Do they have potential to survive? Do they have potential to move in the right direction we expect them? Like we are seeing here in Nigeria, how the physical and the monetary reform has put some sector in the economy where it is, and while so it has also helped some industry to grow. What will you do? Will you say because you are investor for long term, you will not be looking at your investment or where you have put your money? You see that what to support their price are still not there as you speak now, because when a company is posting negative, your possibility of dividend is very slim, and also price appreciation is very slim. Now, what you do? We're going to wait there because you're a long-term investor, because you love the company. You must know how to move from one stock to the other, and that is why portfolio reshuffling is very, very important, or realignment. And also, you must always look at your fundamentals. I tell you that the most regular thing that impact price regularly that you can forecast is their earnings. If the earnings is trending up, it gives you a sign. If the earnings is also trending down, it gives you a sign. And if the earnings is trending up, you see that this number is going to go. You know that when to enter and expect to see that in quarterly like the result, what is it going? Is it going up or down? What says that this is about 20% impact on price. But when the general liquidity in the market is high, yes, it's going to also reflect on the market, but liquidity will not go with sector where they think that the risk there is high because they know that no possibility of price appreciation or high dividend coming out is not there. That means you can see fund will also flow to that direction at all. And also, if there is a positive sentiment, positive policy, positive policy for the world, for the industry, you see that fund will also look for that industry. This is why these are the things we must look at because I tell you, liquidity is key, and that is why in any market you are trading, any instrument you are trading, demand and supply is key. Buyers and sellers they make up what the price will go. And that means you must understand how these things flow at any given time so that at the end of the day, you will know what you are doing. Like I still mentioned that in Europe, we're seeing that yes, despite the the switch over from US, Fed likely to continue to hike rates because of they mentioned that there is high risk for inflation. Yes, but I think that also some companies that really result in that domain, but saw in a missed number, we saw a missed number, and that missed number also weigh on the market again. And the fear of interest rate, this has continued also to put the market in this condition in that environment. And don't forget that the worrying also the China economy is not because Europe is one of the major country of zone that do business with China, and if China trade data are not looking good, it has the world also affecting the zone, and that's why once in anything happen in that market, you see that Europe will not be spared for that. You can see that the market there is also in the red as to speak. Like I said, the downgrade of the downgrade fear for Japan, for China, it's also taking toll on them. And don't forget that the booming economy of that European zone also, that booming outlook is not so helping European man because Europe itself was seeing that the macroeconomic data that is managed for them are really not they are really disturbing. There's a concern for this macroeconomic data. That's also what is also affecting them until they're able to also have a good kind of post a number that we're seeing a positive light in terms of economic growth and also seeing other macroeconomic data looking good. That will also help the world, the zone. But as we speak now, let's keep our finger crossed for what for that market because I'll tell you the we are seeing a weaker data in terms of economic activities from that zone too. And like I said, when companies that they also posting posting missed number to reflect what's happening in the economy, we're not surprised. But like I said earlier, oil price has remained a bit stable, very very stable. Despite the missed economic data, the kind of US drawing down, and also the weak the economic data from China, knowing that they are the major consumer, the major buyer of oil. But looking at oil price trying to stabilize at this one or flat at 83.34 dollar per barrel at this hour. In the midst of all this, for me, it's a good one for oil, even when the profit taking is still on. But because those countries that are producing like ours, we are not benefiting from it because we are yet to know why others that are meeting their quota. You can see that many oil producing countries, as their company is trying to bounce back and also doing well. But here, even we are not oil economic company, you can see that we are still struggling because we are unable to put our hands together in terms of addressing the issue in the oil sector down here in Nigeria. I think these are the things that's plaguing us here. But I believe that with time we might get it right, especially with this new administration. If all hands are put on deck and we see solution coming from that, and we start producing and also putting a medium and long term plan to make sure that we're earning hard currency to work to make our unification of exchange rate work, and we see a smooth flow in the market that will give investors and also boost economic activities here. I think this is what we want to expect to boost our market going to the future, especially as we go into the last quarter of the year. Because I tell you, once we're out of this third quarter, we're only at the last quarter of the year, you know that is the one anywhere in the world you see improved activities. And if there's no dollar and there's high demand for things, you know that, and also in Nigeria, it has become a kind of a norm now that anything Nigeria is not benchmark with dollar. Knowing that Nigeria is not what a dollar economy. I don't know where we're putting our naira. And this call for concern for the government, and also now that we are seeing that they are forming a forum with the ministers portfolio assigned to them. We expect that also to change what is happening in that space, so that we see a better decision coming from where people are putting their heads together, different ministries rolling out their plans. This is going to help also to manage all that's happening now. I believe that as they settle down, as from the fourth quarter of the year, we'll start seeing things happening. If also the move by the NNPC for this $3 billion, we are seeing also, I know that this is just for emergency, this is just for immediate, but we need to have a concrete plan on where we are going as a nation to make sure that we have funds available. This will go a long way to help to help the market. I believe that in all this, at the end of the day, it will be better for what? For the economy and for the market at large. But if you look at what is happening in US, I said the US market has bounced back what to green, and that's why I use that language that when you see market up or up today, down tomorrow, and or down yesterday, up tomorrow, that is not a trend for you. But now, as we speak, you can see that US market kind of come out from the pullback recorded yesterday to green, as the three of the indices are in green right away. And don't forget that also we are seeing that some activities also coming in terms of what information as what companies that they also reducing their number. But I tell you that for the second time now, they know that Walmart has released the result. Also, they want to also give another focus of improving what earnings. That also will be a plus for the market. These are the things that's also driving that market as we speak. Don't forget that even when the fear of rate hike, I don't know how put the market down yesterday, but today, as investors are taking time to analyze the implication, you can see that there is a form of release the market coming back again. For me, you as an investor, like I said, always understand what is happening in the market so that you will not just take a word, have further decision or you rush into you panic out of your position that because of fear. It is time that you know that you are applying wisdom in what you are doing so that it will help you to do the right thing, because I tell you thinking is very very important at this hour. That's why you must have that that mindset so that you won't be greedy in the market, you won't be also be fearful, and also you will think deep when it comes to what equity. Human factor is very, very important when it comes to what investment in the market. And on that note, you must not joke with it at any given time. But I believe that the move by the NNPC to search for dollar, either you are paying with a crude oil revenue, yes, but I will tell you it's a good move so that you can slow down this fear, and also that they can start seeing us as being serious in terms of what as a nation, so that at the end of the day we know what we are doing and where we are going. We need to also apply all this in our decision so that you know exactly what is happening around you, and it will guide you what to take investment decision. It's very very important that we know all this so that as investor we will remain what in a good we will have a good decision that is guiding us at any given time, that will arrive at this decision when it is necessary. Once this is done, I will tell you there is no cause for alarm, but we take what good investment decision. Yeah, this morning we have seen that the price of MTN has been adjusted for what for dividend for entry dividend of 5 naira 60 kobo. At the same time, they are trying that it also to float commercial paper in the fixed income space. But I believe that a pullback in that price will be opportunity for people to buy, saying that we see there's potential in that industry depending on your investment objective. These are the things also you need to know when it comes to the market. But right away, look at what the market is doing. Market also has extended the loss we saw yesterday. As we speak now, market is doing at 64,513.79. That market is down in red by 111.49, down by 0.18, which is almost 0.2 as we speak now. We're having 8 losers and 8 gainers. Market is flat, and I believe that market is also processing what is happening in the physical space and the monetary space right away, knowing that the inflation figure have given us an insight what is happening with the 24.08, and also seeing the move by the NNPC trying to also kind of intervene by doing someone so that the physical and the monetary will also find balance in their reform of this economy, and also what is happening what in the FS market. These are what it will shape the market. But I tell you, in all this, we will not lose focus of what the expected first year bank's results. That will also give a lot of insight what will happen at the end of the year, and also where the market is moving. Knowing that I said it earlier that most of these banks were expected to post what a positive FS gain. How far is going to impact in their payout in terms of dividend? Because I said it in this class again that if they repeat the former 30 kobo, 40 kobo they are paying, that will not be good for what for the market. They need to grow their payout, because we have seen that the policy of the government, or even the monetary policy and all, has been in favor of this bank, and they need to also reward their shareholders for confidence they have in them and for the gains they also make. I believe that also will be a game changer for the market. That's why you need to keep your finger crossed, and also watch this market with your eyes open. Yes, I said we have 8 users. That means we're having a flat market breadth. But if you look at the the gainers as we speak now. It's good that we look at them. We're seeing that John Holt has come back to the to the gainers table, leading with a 10% flat this hour, followed by linkage assurance. We're seeing the Dangote sugar also coming back powerfully again, above 35 naira now. We're seeing the sovereign trust insurance and what an international brewery. These are the five top gainers as we speak. You look at the other side, the flip side, who's on the loser side. Yes, we're still having a Stanbic IBTC, Guinea Insurance, Jahis Bank, we're seeing Unity Bank, and also UCAP are the top five losers. Then I will also tell you that we're having more of banks, kind of shedding, their price this morning. We're still about almost three banks are within this top eight losers, and these banks that people are taking profit. For me, as far as these banks are yet to announce their results, any pullback we are seeing is an opportunity for you to see what you can do with the stock, depending on your investment objective, and that creates opportunity for you to also buy. Yes, if you look at it in terms of volume, we're seeing that Transcorp is leading again this morning in terms of volume. And I'll tell you, as now that it is unclear who will be the minister of power, and I tell you, because of the the position of Transcorp in the power business in Nigeria, there's a plus for them. And when I'm seeing this volume, I'm not surprised. Investors that are designing are looking at what the future prospect of this company and also positioning in it. Then followed by what Fidelity. Fidelity is also around the 735 people. 12 trading about 12.78 million. While that of a Transcorp is 23.85 million so far. Also, we are seeing that Universal Insurance also traded about 11.17 million as we speak right away, and GT code is also marginally below 37, 36.90, 8.72 million share traded so far, and the last in that top five is FBN Holding. FBN Holding has done 8.5 million share as we speak right away at this hour. These are the market positions. But we want to quickly look at the chart to see what the chart is doing as we speak now. Yes, right away you can see that the chart. I always emphasize that you must look at where direction the chart is going. It's very, very important that we know this. Anything we are doing. The chart has remained still consolidation, consolidated mode or zone, anything you want to call it. But if you look at market pulling back here, it has not taken away this, what we call a bullish engulfment here. Down here is coming down. But if you still look at it, the what I call the descending triangle of the market here of the chart is still very, very much there. And when you see a descending triangle in any chart, whether you are trading a FS, you are trading a cryptocurrency, anybody, once you see a descending triangle on your chart, it gives you an information that either the trend will continue or you will not see a pullback at that particular time. That is why it's very, very important that you understand all this. Pullback is very, very possible. When you pullback, you see a breakdown, that will also confirm a downtrend. But when it's still within the descending triangle, it's either possible that it come up again and break out and continue. That's why it's called what? A continue or a reversal chart pattern. You need to understand this so that also when we are looking at the market, it will help you to know what is happening in the market anytime you're looking at the market. If you look at this line I'm drawing now, this is what we call you can see here, this is a descending triangle. If we take it up here, take it up here, take it up there. Yeah, okay, let me do it here now. Fine. Because of the space, fine here. At this point. Yeah, you can see that this is a descending triangle up here, up here. You can see this market is still very, very dicey. It can be a possibility of tomorrow Friday you can see turn around even at the end of the trading today. But the good thing that we're seeing that yesterday we saw improved money flow despite we saw a good market. That market was down. We saw that money flow look up, a turn and upside direction, which we want also watch this morning. What the money flow telling us at this hour is for entering the market, because if you are seeing an equal market rate, 8 losers and 8 gainers in the market, we need to balance what is happening. It's very, very important that when you understand this chart and also what's happening in the industry or what's happening in the environment, it gives you an insight what you should do at the end of the day. Because as an investor or trader, you must understand what is happening in the environment. That's why I always emphasize know what is happening. Thinking outside the box is very, 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 very important, because fundamental of any company or the economy most time point to the past. Why even Tech analysis also tell you what is happening and the reaction of the people. Will also tell you what like the people. But you need to know yourself what is happening to each sector. That is why thinking is very very important, and the strategy you are trading and also keeping to your word. Your trade plan is very very important as what as investor. You need to do all this so that you will remain what on the winning side. Even when the market go against you, you have confidence to wait because you have entered in stock with what with knowledge and we are not panicking out. But after going out, the next day start seeing the stock going up. These are the things we need to have at the back of our mind. So it will help us what in taking our decision anytime, any day we are taking a investment or trading a decision. Once you do it with knowledge, I will tell you, you don't panic around even when others are panicking because you know what you are doing. But when you are just following a bad wagon, when they are panicking that you are panicking, you are also like them and you can miss your opportunity in the market because you are not investing or trading with knowledge. Yes, coming back to the chart now, you can see that the chart, if you look at this histogram here on MACD telling us the market is still lagging, going down. But you see here, like I said, you can see that it's stressing on the what on this trend line. And also you can see that I said this is what a descending triangle. You can look at the way it looks like. But a breakdown of this trend line will tell you yes, market is what all this flag, can call it a flag, all this flag or descending triangle tell you that market is waiting for something and a positive information that will get them. Like I said, if start seeing a rollout from this from the ministers, if they are sworn in, we have already known their portfolio now, but that will give us another. But it goes to that after the market is at this level, come and see that market has also found at the end of the market. See that there are some stuff that people are targeting already, but seeing that money flow is looking up here, you can see upturn for as speaking, the money flow is already doing 44. This is indicator that was reading 39.8 as at yesterday, as at day for yesterday. But yesterday, see that coming back to around 41. This morning night has gone low as 44 until it also crossed 50 at times. That is when I say yes, strong, but as to speak, that gives us a sign that people are still taking position. These are the things you need to know so that you won't jump out of your position and come back to be to be buying at a higher price again. Let's have this at the back of our mind. Yes, it's very very important. You can look at other time frame in the market to see what the index is doing. As we speak now, index from what I'm just showing now, this is the 1 hour chart. I see that the market is below the T line. Trying to come up here. You can see that after the red one, we're seeing a green one last 1 hour again. It's a good one. And money flow is looking up gradually here. And also MACD is still bearish here on the 1 hour chart. If you look at what is happening in 5 minute chart, 5 minute chart, you can see that 5 minute chart market is above the T line. For me, it's a good one. Market is above the T line on 5 minute chart. These are things we also be looking at. It's very very important. That means there's still potential that market will do. But you can see here on a 5 minute chart, there is strength in the market. These are the things that will give you more courage when you are trading. Then you quickly look at what your 15 minute chart is doing. Is this supporting what 5 minutes? You can see also 15 minute chart is already above the T line now. You can see it here, and MACD is already becoming bullish. You can see it here on the 15 minute chart, and these are things that will also extend to what to 1 hour chart to a day chart. That's why I say if you are doing medium and long term, look at monthly and weekly. If you are doing a weekly trade, you want a day, and now if you are doing a daily chart, you look at what 1 hour, look at 5 minutes, and look at 15 minutes. It will give you an insight what to do. As we now, market is not being bad. Looking at other no shorter time frame, 5 minutes time frame, looking at 15 minutes, it's a pointer that there's still no potential in the market. You can see that almost 15 minutes almost crossing the T line, while 5 minutes is above the T line. It's a good sign, and you can see that this line that will go that also you can see that it remains a strong word, a strong support level for the market. Even on the 15 minute chart, you can see that same line that acts as what the descending triangle that we have discussed earlier is still the trend that is also market is resting on. For me, it's a good sign. Money flow has already come out almost 49 on the 15 minute chart, and you can see that MACD is already crossed to become what bullish. It's a good sign for the market. Yes, quickly we look at those stocks that are on the gainers chart now. We need to look at them to see what they are doing right away. If we want to cover two, yes, let's quickly look at what is happening toward Dangote Sugar. Dangote Sugar, the news in the market about the merger. The news about the merger is very important that we also look at it to see what is happening there. That merger is very, very important. It's going to change the face. And don't forget anything that Dangote is involved, how they take it serious and how they go about it. If you look at 15 minute chart for Dangote Sugar, you can see that it's trading above the T line. You can see that even that it goes up and down. You can see that this is what we call a bullish engulfing after having 2 days of the bear market. It came up here now, pull back marginally. This morning it broke out from this range now. That's back to what with 35, 35, 70. You can see what the market is doing. And if you look at the MACD is bullish and money flow is at least for 15-minute chart. If we look at what it is doing on 1 hour chart, because for our time, let's look at 1 hour chart so that we can look at one stock again. Yes, on 1 hour chart, it's trading above the T line. Strong one for me. MACD is bullish. You can see it here. Money flow is looking down to be 72 points. And we look at a day chart to confirm what the market. On a day chart, you can see your your clear chart there, candlestick up here in the green above the T line, and you will see that your MACD is also accelerated up. Look at MACD, this histogram here, it's accelerated up. That's why I can see that it's already looking up. Once it crossed it up, and money flow is reaching almost 67 to 70. Is a good one for the stock. But also, let's look at what is happening in NACO. I said it's the time for us to start looking at service sector. It's because of the major news that we're looking at all these consumer goods in terms of Dangote. But where you should start picking your tent is where you should start also looking at. Let's see what is happening in NACO again as we speak to see what the position. NACO for me, you can see on a day chart, you can see that it's almost becoming. You can see that it's accelerating up here to close to become a bullish MACD. And who wants this blue one cross the red one? It's a sign that you should hold the position. If you are in this stock, you can see that volume is here, green volume. As we speak now, it's trading above the T line on what on a day chart. There is a strong one. There's something going for this stock. And don't forget that the numbers are not looking bad at all. For the past 3 years, look at it. Let's look at 1 hour chart. What is happening there? Even on the 1 hour chart, you can see that it's above the T line. It's in green marginally now. Look at the two candlesticks here. Yeah, that's why that this one is small. You can see that it's above the T line in green. And MACD also almost crossing to become bullish already on the 1 hour chart. Yes, but money flow is still looking down. That means funds, demand and supply need to look at what is happening. I see that the chart is looking good, but that's why it's a mixed chart. But I tell you, the stock is not doing badly at all. If you look at 15-minute chart, I told you it's very, very important. 15-minute chart, I told you confirm a sharp, I see where it is now. Up again, there's no sign of profit taking here. You see this one, it's a sign for you to start selling. But seeing 15-minute chart looking sharp like this, for me, it's a good sign for for NACO. That means there's something going for NACO. You can see money flow is looking up above 60. Put is also for me good one, and MACD is already bullish here on the 15-minute chart. Finally, we look at the 5-minute chart for the stock. Almost the same pattern with what 15 minutes. You can see it here to confirm it. Let's that this one money flow is still coming up, but looking up below 20 for me, it's not it's not a bad one at all. Let's just keep our finger crossed for the stock. Then we'll quickly look at what is happening again to see the life of the life of Massad. These are the sectors we need to consider. What is happening in Massad? Look at it to see, because I said target what the service sector. Let's see what are doing. These are service sector, insurance, banking. Yeah, what are they doing? Mastered on the 15-minute chart or 5-minute chart, you can see that it's almost becoming bully. That's why that the money flow is report. You can see that MACD is telling you. That's why it's a lag indicator. You can see, I see that the stock is above the T line. You can see that this line up here, dotted line. Then you can quickly look at the 15-minute chart for Massad. Massad on 15-minute chart is also giving a positive MACD sign. That's why the money flow is looking down. And you can see that the MACD, the candlestick now is below the T line. Let me hold on, look at very well. Yeah, then we quickly look at the 1 hour chart. So 1 hour chart, we're seeing the stock seeing buying interest here, but you can see that before that, until this blue one to take off this red one, that will say it's a bullish engulfing. But speak now, I said to you that until you see a trend, this one day up, one day down is never a trend. Then you have to be very careful. But MACD here, you can see here kind of bearishness here. Once it crosses it down, but that the blue one tends to continue the uptrend, and money flow still now already 40 looking up on the 1 hour chart. For me, this is not a bad chart at all for Massad. I mean, if you're Massad, put your position very well. Don't panic. Massad on the daily chart is very, very strong in terms of liquidity. Seeing that money flow is reaching about 78, and we're seeing that MACD is almost turning bullish. But it has coming down. Look at it very well here, and MACD is also price action is above the T line. For me, the market is very, very strong, but despite it's pulling back, this pulling back is creating an opportunity for banking holders to take advantage and position to work in good stock. On this note, I say thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. And for those that are in the premium class, already preparing for what our discussion for Saturday. Look at what is happening, how all this event, physical and monetary policy, the economic data is going to play out between now and we start seeing the first year bank's result. Look forward to discuss that fully on Saturday. And for those that are still paying for their video, I say thank you. And also anything you want us to add to that video, or also give us comments, encourage us to do more. That's why you are buying. As you buy, give us feedback on what your gain, and also what you want us to do more in that regard. On this note, I say bye. See you tomorrow. Cheers.